In 1876, powerful politicians in Washington utilized strict administrative deadlines to engineer an invasion of the Black Hills. This legal architecture relied on the 1868 Treaty of Fort Laramie, which guaranteed the Black Hills and vast unceded hunting grounds to the Lakota and Cheyenne nations, forbidding any white trespass without their consent. The peace established by that treaty collapsed in 1874, after a military expedition led by George Custer confirmed the discovery of gold in the Black Hills, drawing 15,000 prospectors into the region. While the treaty legally required the U.S. Army to evict these miners, the Grant administration faced massive political pressure to secure the gold for a struggling national economy. When federal commissioners attempted to purchase the territory, prominent Native leaders, including Sitting Bull, refused to sell land they considered sacred. Unable to buy the land legally and unwilling to remove the miners politically, officials began drafting a legal pretext to seize the territory through military force. On November 3, 1875, President Ulysses Grant met in secret with his top cabinet officers and generals to finalize a shift in Indian policy. General Phil Sheridan, a veteran of previous campaigns to subdue tribes on the Southern Plains, helped formulate the strategy to handle the free-roaming bands. The administration reached two decisions. The Army would stop removing illegal white miners, and the free-roaming Lakota would be forced to submit to reservation life. Weeks later, the Commissioner of Indian Affairs issued a directive containing a strict ultimatum for the tribes living outside the reservation. The order stated all Sioux must return to their agencies by January 31, 1876, or be officially reported to the War Department as hostile. This memo functioned as a bureaucratic trigger, providing the necessary legal cover for a premeditated military invasion. During a typical January on the Northern Plains, temperatures plummet to 40 degrees below zero, blizzards burying the landscape in several feet of snow. The federal ultimatum gave the Lakota and Cheyenne weeks to pack up entire villages, including the elderly, children, and winter supplies, and travel hundreds of miles through these conditions. General Sheridan later admitted that the insistence that tribes travel through the heaping snows of a Northern Plains winter was patently ridiculous. As expected, the January 31st deadline passed without the tribes surrendering. On February 1, 1876, the Secretary of the Interior officially turned the tribes over to the War Department. The language of the notification authorized the Army to take any action it deemed proper against the newly labeled hostile Indians. By setting a deadline designed to be failed, the federal government legally converted treaty-protected people into military targets. The bureaucratic handoff led to the immediate mobilization of 3 military columns, which pushed into the unceded territory in the spring of 1876. While this campaign resulted in Custer's defeat at the Little Bighorn, the final outcome was the forced subjugation of the Lakota Nation and the loss of their hunting grounds. The United States annexed the Black Hills, ignoring the borders and protections established by the 1868 treaty. Generations later, the government memorialized the conquest by carving the faces of 4 U.S. presidents directly into the granite of the Lakota's sacred mountains. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court finally ruled that the 1877 taking of the Black Hills was unlawful and ordered a massive financial payout to the tribes. The Lakota have refused to touch the money, which has grown to over $1 billion, demanding instead the actual return of the land. The paper trail leading to the Little Bighorn suggests that the most effective tools of conquest were drafted in an office, long before the first shot was fired.